I thought love meant endurance. I thought silence was loyalty. I learned how wrong I was on the day I stood outside Lucas's study and heard my future being handed to someone else. I'll handle it, Lucas said calmly. She won't make a scene. A woman laughed softly. You always say that. My hand froze on the doorframe. I told myself I was misunderstanding. I told myself love deserved patience. I just need time, he continued. She's emotional. She won't understand why this is necessary. Necessary. The word cut deeper than any insult. So, after the engagement dinner? The woman asked. Yes, he said. After that, it's clean. I pushed the door open. After what? Lucas turned slowly. His face didn't change. No panic. No guilt. You weren't supposed to hear that, he said. That's your first response? My voice shook. Not denial? The woman picked up her purse. I'll wait outside, she said politely. Polite betrayal hurt more than cruelty. Lucas, I whispered. Who is she? He sighed. Her name is Sophia. I laughed weakly. You're joking. I'm not. So the dinners, the plans, the promises, I said, were all lies. They were real at the time, he replied. At the time, I repeated. What changed? You stayed the same, he said. The words landed heavy. That's your answer? You never grew, he continued. You were comfortable being small. My chest tightened. I gave you everything. I never asked you to, he said calmly. You let me. He looked at me then, truly looked. You weren't strong enough to stand beside me. I felt my knees weaken. So you replaced me. I moved forward, he corrected. With her? She fits the life I'm building. And I didn't. No, he said quietly. I wanted him to stop. I wanted him to take it back. Say you're scared. I begged. Say you made a mistake. He shook his head. I won't lie to make this easier. Tears burned my eyes. Did you ever love me? Yes, he said. Just not enough. Silence swallowed the room. I realized I was waiting for pain to end, but it only spread. So what happens now? I asked. You'll move on, he said. You always do. The door opened again. Sophia glanced at me. I'm sorry, she said softly. I nodded because screaming felt useless. Lucas didn't stop me when I walked away. He didn't call my name. He didn't chase. Each step felt like part of me was peeling away. In the hallway, I whispered to myself, I wasn't replaced. I was discarded. That was the moment something inside me cracked. Quietly, completely, forever did I zipped my suitcase slowly, each click echoing like a countdown in the empty apartment. Lucas leaned against the wall, arms crossed. You don't have to do this, he said. I do, I replied, lifting a box onto the bed. I'm leaving. Why now? He asked. Timing is bad. Timing was always bad, I said. For me. He stepped closer. I'm thinking about the bigger picture. Career, image, everything. I've seen the picture, I said. I'm just not in it. You don't understand, he said, his voice tightening. Ambition requires sacrifice. I sacrificed my life, I said, gripping my journal. My dreams, my plans, my time, everything I wanted to do, I delayed for you. He ran a hand through his hair. That's unfair. You knew what this was. You knew the demands. Yes, I said. And I accepted them. I just didn't expect to be replaced. The door opened slowly. I hope I'm not too late, a soft voice said. I turned. Sophia stood there, polished, smiling. Her eyes were kind, almost apologetic. I didn't mean to hurt anyone, she said. I truly didn't. I see, I replied, voice tight. You didn't mean to. That makes it worse. Lucas shifted uncomfortably. Sophia, I didn't come here for arguments, she said gently. I just wanted to be honest. Her calmness, her politeness, it cut deeper than anger ever could. You're leaving? She asked. Yes, I said. I've been leaving in my heart for months. Now it's official. Sophia hesitated. I hope someday you can forgive me. I hope you never forget me, I said, voice quiet. Lucas opened his mouth, but I didn't let him speak. I've already given everything I could, I said. Words don't matter anymore. Just then, Emma burst in. Evelyn, she cried, rushing to my side. I heard, are you okay? I'm fine, I said, though my hands shook slightly as I closed my suitcase. Emma grabbed my arm gently. You don't deserve this. I know, I whispered, but I survived it. Lucas's eyes searched mine. You're not angry? I am, I said softly. Angry that I trusted you. Angry that I believed in us. But angry doesn't define me. Sophia's smile faltered. You're incredible. I had to be, I said. I have nothing left here except my dignity. And that is more than enough. I lifted the suitcase and took a step toward the door. Lucas's voice cracked. Evelyn, I didn't look back. Emma squeezed my hand. You're stronger than you know. I know, I said, swallowing the lump in my throat. The hallway felt empty, but free. Each step echoed like a promise. I was leaving behind betrayal, heartbreak, and unanswered questions. But I wasn't leaving behind myself. Not anymore. I arrived at my childhood home just before sunset, suitcase dragging behind me like proof of failure. My mother opened the door and froze. Evelyn, she said. What are you doing here? I didn't know where else to go, I replied. She stepped aside. You and Lucas fought again? We didn't fight, I said. He chose someone else. She closed the door slowly. Sit down. I stayed standing. I ruined everything. She frowned. Don't talk like that. I gave him my time, my plans, my confidence, I said. I handed it over. You loved him, she said. I erased myself for him, I answered. She sighed. Love always costs something. It cost me everything, I said. She looked tired. Stability matters, Evelyn. You should have tried harder. The words burned. Harder than losing myself. She avoided my eyes. Men like him don't wait forever. I waited for him, I said. I waited while he climbed. And now you're back here, she said gently. Back because I failed, I replied. You didn't fail, she insisted. You were realistic. I laughed. I was afraid. She sat across from me. Fear keeps people safe. It kept me small, I said. Silence filled the room. My chest felt tight. Lucas's voice echoed in my head, calm and final. You stayed the same, I whispered. My mother asked, what? He said I never grew, I said. She nodded slowly. Maybe he was right. The words hit harder than his did. So this is my fault too? I'm saying you chose comfort, she replied. I chose love, I said. I chose him. And you lost, she said softly. I stood up. I lost myself long before him. I walked to my old room. The walls were the same. The bed was smaller. I felt like a ghost. I opened the closet and saw my old notebooks stacked neatly. My hands trembled. You kept these? I called. Yes, my mother said. You used to write all the time. I picked one up. I stopped. You said it was childish, she replied. I said that for him. I said. I flipped through pages filled with dreams. Travel. Work. Freedom. I gave this up, I whispered. My mother appeared in the doorway. People change. I changed into someone I didn't recognize, I said. She looked at the pages. You can still be practical. I don't want practical anymore, I replied. She hesitated. What do you want? I pressed the journal to my chest. Myself. She didn't answer. That night, alone in my room, I sat on the floor and read my own handwriting. I wrote, I want a life that feels like mine. Tears fell onto the page. I built my cage, I whispered. For the first time, I admitted it out loud. I had locked the door myself. I woke up to the sound of machines and my mother's sharp voice arguing with a nurse near the curtain. She just collapsed, my mother said. She barely eats anymore. I'm awake, I whispered. Please stop. The nurse stepped back. A man in a white coat moved closer. I'm Dr. Nathan Reed. I didn't mean to cause trouble, I said. You fainted from exhaustion and shock, he replied calmly. I didn't plan to fall apart, I said. No one plans to, he said. Tell me what happened. My relationship ended, I said. So did I. My mother snapped. Don't exaggerate. Dr. Reed raised his hand. Let her talk. I stared at the ceiling. I loved someone until there was nothing left of me. He asked gently, and that felt normal to you? Yes, I said. Love means giving. Giving isn't vanishing, he replied. I thought it was proof, I said. My mother said quietly, you should have protected yourself. I protected him, I answered. Dr. Reed asked, from what? From my needs, I said. That's not love, he replied. I swallowed. I stayed silent so he wouldn't leave. And did that save you? He asked. No, I said. He left anyway. My mother sighed. You were too emotional. Dr. Reed looked at her. Emotion isn't weakness. I whispered. He said I wasn't strong enough. Strong enough for what? Dr. Reed asked. For his life, I said. And where were you in that life? He asked. I don't know, I admitted. Dr. Reed nodded. That's the problem. My mother said, she just needs rest. She needs honesty, he replied. Why did you believe love required erasing yourself? Because being chosen felt safer than being alone, I said. Safety can still kill you, he said. I closed my eyes. I don't want to beg anymore. Then don't, he said. I don't want to chase him, I said. Then stop, he replied. I don't want to explain my pain, I whispered. You're allowed to walk away, he said. My mother asked, what happens now? Dr. Reed said, she survives. I laughed weakly. I don't know how. You learn, he said, by letting the old version of you die. Does it hurt? I asked. Yes, he answered honestly. I breathed in slowly. I can survive pain. My mother whispered, you're different. I have to be, I said. Dr. Reed handed me water. This moment matters. I nodded. I won't chase love that hurts. Good, he said. I won't beg for space, I added. Better, he replied. I won't explain myself anymore, I said. That's rebirth, he said. Later, alone, I stared at my shaking hands. They were still weak, but they were mine. I whispered, something died today. And for the first time, I felt alive. I blocked Lucas's number the morning he called for the third time. Emma slammed her phone onto the table. Say the word, and I'll ruin him. I won't, I said. She stared at me. He humiliated you. I know, I replied. That's why I won't give him noise. Silence isn't justice, she argued. It's survival, I said. She crossed her arms. You deserve revenge. I deserve peace, I said. She sighed. You've changed. I had to, I replied. My phone buzzed again. Unknown number. Emma asked. Him? Yes, I said, turning it face down. Answer it, she urged. Let him hear you're strong. I don't want him to hear me at all, I said. Silence settled between us. So what now? She asked. I disappear, I said. From his life. You can't hide forever, she said. I'm not hiding, I replied. I'm choosing myself. She softened. What does that look like? It looks quiet, I said. Later that day, I sat alone filling out an application I once abandoned. Professional development program, I read aloud. My hand shook as I clicked submit. You actually did it, Emma said. I almost didn't, I admitted. Why now? Because he's not watching, I said. The interview was brief. The acceptance email came faster than I expected. I walked into the orientation room feeling small again. A man beside me smiled. First day nerves? Yes, I said. I'm Daniel, he said. You? Evelyn, I replied. He nodded. You don't talk much. I'm learning not to, I said. That's fair, he replied. No pressure. No curiosity. It felt safe. During break, Emma texted, did he call again? I typed, I don't know. I stopped checking. Proud of you, she replied. That evening, Lucas sent an email. Evelyn, we should talk. I stared at the screen. Daniel passed by. You look like you're holding something heavy. I am, I said. Do you need advice? He asked. No, I replied. I need distance. He smiled slightly. Distance can be powerful. I deleted the email. Walking home, I realized I wasn't waiting for his regret anymore. At night, Emma asked, doesn't it hurt staying silent? Yes, I said. But not as much as speaking did. She nodded. He won't understand. He doesn't have to, I replied. I opened my journal and wrote one line. Silence is not weakness. It is control. For the first time, I wasn't reacting to pain. I was choosing my direction. And he was no longer part of it. Months passed without my permission. Life moved quietly, and I moved with it. Emma slid her phone across the table. You won't believe this. I don't need to, I said. Lucas lost 2 investors, she said. Henry Cole pulled out. I stirred my coffee. That happens. She blinked. That's all you're going to say? Yes, I replied. He's struggling, she added. I'm not, I said. She smiled slowly. You're cold. I'm calm, I corrected. At work, whispers floated like background noise. Did you hear about Bennett's firm? Something about missed deadlines. His partner jumped ship. I didn't turn around. During lunch, Daniel sat across from me. You seem lighter today. I stopped carrying things that weren't mine, I said. He nodded. That takes discipline. It takes silence, I replied. That evening, my phone lit up with an unknown number. Emma glanced over. You checking? No, I said, placing it face down. A message preview flashed anyway. Evelyn, it's Lucas. Please answer. My chest tightened for a moment, then settled. Emma whispered, block him. I already did, I said. Then how? New number, I replied. Daniel's voice echoed in my head. Distance can be powerful. At home, my mother called. I heard Lucas is having trouble. Who told you? I asked.
People talk, she said.
You must feel something. I feel relief, I replied. She hesitated. That sounds harsh. So did being abandoned, I said. She went quiet. The next week, Emma burst into my office. Sophia quit her job. Why? I asked. Too much pressure, she said. She has to be perfect now. I nodded. Perfection is exhausting. You're not curious? Emma asked. No, I said. She studied my face. You really let go. I had to, I replied. Holding on almost killed me. Another message came that night. I made a mistake. I deleted it. Then another.
Can we talk? Delete.
Emma texted, he won't stop. I typed back, he doesn't have to. I already did. At work, Henry Cole's name came up in a meeting. He switched companies, someone said. Daniel glanced at me. Does that affect you? No, I replied. It affects Lucas. He smiled slightly. You're not watching anymore. I see without looking, I said. Later, Emma asked softly. Doesn't it feel good? What? I asked. Seeing karma work, she said. I thought for a moment. It feels quiet. That's it, she pressed. I don't need his fall, I said. I needed my footing. She nodded. You found it. One night, my phone rang again. Private number. I let it ring. The voicemail came anyway. Evelyn, Lucas's voice said, strained. I don't know who to talk to. I deleted it without listening to the rest. I sat in the dark and waited for guilt. It didn't come. Instead, I felt distance stretch wider, like space between 2 lives that no longer touched. Karma didn't crash into him. It breathed. Slowly. Naturally. And I finally understood. My power wasn't watching him lose. It was no longer needing to see it. The ballroom felt too bright, too loud, but I stood straight and kept my smile calm. Emma whispered, You ready? I've been ready for months, I said. We stepped inside. Conversations blurred together until one voice cut through. Evelyn. I turned. Lucas stood there, frozen, like he'd walked into the wrong life. "Hello, Lucas," I said. He blinked. "You look different." "I am," I replied. He laughed softly. "I almost didn't recognize you." "That's understandable," I said. "You stopped looking a long time ago." His smile faltered. "Can we talk?"
We're talking, I said.
He stepped closer. "I didn't expect to see you here." "I was invited," I replied. "To this?" he asked. "By who?" "Does it matter?" I said. His jaw tightened. "You sound cold." "I sound clear," I said. He lowered his voice. "You disappeared." "I moved forward," I replied. He winced. "That sounds familiar." Emma shifted beside me. "I'll get a drink." Lucas watched her leave. "You seem confident." "I learned how," I said. He hesitated. "I've missed you." "That's unfortunate," I replied. He frowned. "You don't have to be like this." "Like what?" I asked. "Distant," he said. "I'm polite," I replied. "You taught me that." He laughed nervously. "You always had a sharp tongue." "I sharpened it when I stopped biting it," I said. Before he could answer, a man approached. "Evelyn Carter," he said warmly. "I was hoping to see you." "Victor Hale," I replied. "Good evening." Lucas stiffened. "You know each other?" Victor smiled. "We work together." Lucas looked between us. "Since when?" "Since I chose myself," I said. Victor said, "Your presentation last month was impressive." "Thank you," I replied. Lucas swallowed. "Presentation?" Victor glanced at him. "You are?" "Lucas Bennett," he said quickly. Victor nodded politely. "Nice to meet you." The dismissal was subtle but sharp. Lucas forced a smile. "Evelyn and I go way back." "Yes," Victor said. "People grow." Lucas looked at me. "You never told me about this side of you." "You never asked," I replied. Victor checked his watch. "Shall we?" "In a moment," I said. Lucas stepped closer again. "I made mistakes." "I know," I replied. "I was under pressure," he said. "So was I said. "I didn't realize you'd rise like this," he said quietly. "I didn't either," I replied. He searched my face. "Is there still space for us to talk privately?" "No," I said. He flinched. "You don't even want closure?" "I have it," I replied. Victor offered his arm. "Ready?" "Yes," I said. Lucas spoke quickly. "I see now what I lost." I paused. "You didn't lose me," I said. "You let go." "That's the same thing," he whispered. "No," I said. "Loss hurts. Letting go was a choice." I walked away without looking back. Emma caught up with me near the balcony. He looked stunned. "He saw reality," I said. She smiled. "You stood where he couldn't reach." I looked out over the city lights. I didn't climb above him. "Then what did you do?" she asked. "I stepped into my own world," I replied. Behind me, the noise faded. For the first time, I knew he wasn't following. And I didn't feel chased. I felt free. Lucas asked to see me 2 days after the event. I agreed, not out of hope, but to end a sentence left unfinished. "Thank you for coming," he said, standing too quickly. "I won't stay long," I replied. He nodded. "That's fair." Silence stretched. "I didn't recognize you that night," he said. "It scared me." "I didn't come to scare you," I replied. "I know," he said. "I came to apologize." I folded my hands. "Say it." "I regret what I did," he said. "I was afraid." "Of what?" I asked. "Of falling behind," he said. "Of being ordinary." "And I was in the way," I said. "You felt safe," he admitted. "Too safe." "That sounds like an excuse," I replied. "It is," he said quietly. "I chose ambition over honesty." I waited. "I thought pressure meant sacrifice," he continued. "I didn't know it would cost me you." "I paid that cost," I said. He looked down. "I see that now." The door opened. Sophia stepped in, eyes sharp. "You said this would be quick," she said. "It will be," I replied. She looked at Lucas. "You didn't tell me she'd be here." "I did," he said. She turned to me. "You look composed." "I worked hard for it," I replied. Her smile faltered. He talks about you. That's unnecessary, I said. Lucas said. I needed to explain. Sophia's voice shook. Explain to who? To myself, he said. She laughed softly. You're still choosing her. No, I said. He's choosing guilt. Sophia's eyes filled. I've been perfect for him. That sounds exhausting, I said.
The door opened again.
Lucas, a woman said. Mother's calling. He stiffened. Olivia? She stepped inside. I saw your car. Olivia looked at me. You're Evelyn. Yes, I replied. She sighed. I wanted to meet you. Lucas said sharply. Not now. Olivia ignored him. You should know our family pushed him. That doesn't excuse him, I said. I know, she replied. But he never admits it. Lucas looked away. He was raised to chase approval, Olivia said. Even if it cost him love. I met Lucas's eyes. You could have told me. I didn't know how, he said. That's not my burden anymore, I replied. Sophia wiped her eyes. So what now? I stood. Now I leave. Lucas stepped forward. Can you forgive me? I paused. Forgiveness doesn't mean return. I didn't ask you back, he said. You hoped, I replied. He swallowed. Yes. I forgive you, I said. But I choose distance. His shoulders dropped. I deserve that. Sophia whispered. So this is it. This is closure, I said. Olivia nodded slowly. I'm sorry. So am I replied. I walked out without shaking hands. Outside, the air felt lighter. I realized regret always arrives late. And by then, I had already moved on. The news broke on a Tuesday morning, quiet but sharp. Emma burst into my office. It's everywhere. I don't need details, I said. You should see it, she insisted. Lucas's firm collapsed. I closed my laptop. Sit down. She stared at me. You're not curious? No, I replied. He lost contracts, she said. Public ones. That happens, I said. His name is trending, she added. Not in a good way. I took a breath. I hope he finds support. Emma's eyes widened. That's it. That's all, I said. Later, Daniel walked beside me in the hallway. You seem distracted. I heard some news, I said. About him, he asked gently. Yes, I replied. He waited. And it doesn't pull me backward, I said. He smiled. That's growth. At lunch, whispers followed me again. Didn't she used to be with him? Imagine watching that fall. Couldn't be me. I ate quietly. Daniel asked, Do you want to leave early? No, I said. I don't want to run. My phone buzzed. Lucas. I don't know who else to ask. I stared at the screen. Daniel noticed. Do you want to talk? No, I said. I want to delete. I did. That night, my mother called. Have you seen the news? Yes, I replied. You must feel vindicated, she said. I feel steady, I answered.
He might need you, she added.
He had me, I said. He chose not to keep me. She went quiet. Emma texted later. You could have saved him. I typed back. I won't save someone who let me drown. Daniel met me for coffee the next morning. You're calm, he said. I'm not responsible anymore, I replied. That's freedom, he said. I thought revenge would feel loud. I admitted. And he asked. This feels better, I said. At work, a senior manager approached me. We're impressed. Thank you, I replied. You handled pressure well, he said. I learned to, I replied. Daniel smiled at me across the room. That evening, Lucas called from a private number. I didn't answer. A voicemail followed. I lost everything, his voice said. I wish I had listened. I deleted it. Emma called. Are you okay? Yes, I said. You don't sound happy, she said. I'm not celebrating, I replied. Then what are you feeling? Relief, I said. I survived. She paused. That's enough. Later, Daniel walked me home. You didn't win by taking from him, he said. I won by giving back to myself, I replied. He nodded. That's rare. I stopped outside my building. Thank you for not pushing. I respect boundaries, he said. I'm learning to keep them, I replied. Inside, I looked at my reflection. I didn't see revenge.
I saw strength.
I saw a woman who didn't need someone else's failure to prove her worth. Lucas lost his world. I built mine. And that was the only victory I wanted. I sat on the balcony, the city lights flickering like distant memories. Emma joined me with 2 cups of coffee. You're quiet tonight, she said. I'm thinking, I replied. About him. No, I said. About me. She tilted her head. Go on. I spent years giving pieces of myself away, I admitted, hoping someone else would build my world. And now, she asked. I'm building it myself, I said. She smiled. You've changed. I had to, I said. Or I would have remained invisible in someone else's life. Emma sipped her coffee. Do you regret anything? Only that I didn't start sooner, I admitted. I stayed silent, thinking it was loyalty. It wasn't. That silence served you later, she said. It taught control. I nodded.
Yes.
And walking away, even when it hurt, taught me strength. Your journal, she asked. Do you still write? I held it in my lap. Every day. It's my compass now. My phone buzzed, a reminder from the professional program I joined. I smiled. I'm reclaiming every dream I abandoned. Slowly, intentionally. Emma laughed softly. You've become unstoppable. I'm not aiming to be, I said. I'm aiming to be me. Later, my mother called. Evelyn, she said warmly. I hear you've been busy. I have, Mom, I said. I've been learning to live fully. That's wonderful, she replied. I've watched you grow from so many ashes. I forgive myself now, I said. For staying too long, for trusting too easily, for thinking I was weak. You were never weak, she said. I was human, I corrected. And that was enough. I'm proud of you, she said. Truly proud. I leaned back, closing my eyes. The woman I am now, I whispered to no one, was forged in pain, patience, and choice. I walked away from him, from fear, from doubt. Emma's voice came again. And you didn't just survive. You thrived. Yes, I said, because I let myself be. The journal in my hands felt heavier and lighter all at once, full of dreams, lessons, and directions. I see my path clearly now, I said. No shadows of the past. No chains from others. Just me moving forward. Emma reached out. You've earned this. I know, I said. And I'm not stopping. I looked at the city, at the lights, at the open sky. Symbols of silence, distance, and self-reclamation all came together. I am my own victory, I whispered. The woman I built from ashes. And for the first time in a long while, I smiled freely, without guilt, without fear, fully alive. The conference hall buzzed with anticipation. I adjusted my blazer and stepped to the podium, feeling a calm I hadn't known months ago. The lights hit me, and I looked out at the crowd, faces eager for insight, not gossip, not judgment. I breathed slowly, letting every word of my presentation settle into rhythm. Each sentence carried clarity, each pause held confidence. From the corner of the room, I caught sight of Lucas. He stood near the back, stiff, a subtle shock on his face. His eyes scanned the audience, then settled on me. I didn't look back. I didn't hesitate. The applause came at the end, loud and genuine. I nodded once, acknowledging it, but my gaze was forward. The journal I had carried for months rested on the podium beside me, a reminder of where I'd begun, of the dreams I'd almost abandoned. I saw Emma in the front row, smiling, her pride shining through without words. Daniel stood nearby, quiet support in his posture. I spoke to the crowd, to my audience, not to him. Each question answered, each point explained, was mine alone. Lucas shifted uncomfortably. I noticed the tension in his shoulders, the slight tightening of his jaw. But I felt none of it. I realized then that his regret, his presence, his observation didn't alter me. I was solid, complete, unshaken by his approval or disapproval. The event continued. Colleagues approached afterward, shaking hands, offering congratulations, marveling at the clarity and confidence I exuded. I smiled, polite, grateful, but never looking for anyone's validation beyond my own. The journal, the silence, the months of walking away, they had all led to this moment. I stood in front of a crowd that saw me for who I was, not for the shadows of past mistakes, not for who had abandoned me. Lucas lingered, but his gaze didn't reach me. It couldn't. I moved between conversations, exchanging ideas, sharing insights, laughing lightly when appropriate, all while feeling fully myself. No past fear tugged at my sleeve. No need for approval whispered in my ear. I caught Emma's eye again, and she nodded subtly. I nodded back, silently thanking her for witnessing the transformation. I noticed Daniel quietly stepping aside, letting me shine, offering no claim to my light. I returned his nod with the same quiet acknowledgement. And then I felt it, fully. The weight of the past, the betrayal, the waiting, the heartbreak, all of it had melted into this moment of clarity. I was standing firmly in my own space, unshakable. The crowd's energy buzzed around me, yet I was still, anchored in self-assurance, in the knowledge that my value wasn't tied to him. Lucas shifted again, adjusting his tie, subtly acknowledging the distance, not just physical, but emotional, psychological, untouchable. I stepped down from the podium, accepting congratulations, shaking hands, answering questions. Each interaction reaffirmed the truth. I measure myself by my own growth, not by anyone else's loss or regret. Walking toward the exit later, I glanced at him one last time. His presence faded into the background, insignificant to my forward path. I felt no triumph over him, no satisfaction from his silent recognition. Only peace. I realized fully, finally, that standing where he couldn't reach wasn't about proving anything to him. It was about proving everything to myself. And for the first time in years, I didn't need his gaze to validate it. I was whole. I was free. I was entirely mine, and I woke early, sunlight spilling across the floor. Emma was already there, sipping tea quietly. "Morning," she said softly. "Morning," I replied, stretching.
She studied me.
"You seem lighter today." "I feel lighter," I said. "I'm not holding the past in my hands anymore." "You've come far," she said. "I've walked through fire," I replied. "And I didn't burn." She smiled. "And you're still human." "Yes," I said. "That's the important part." Later, my mother called. "Evelyn, how are you feeling?" "Whole," I said. "It's strange to feel it after so long." "Good strange, I hope," she said. "Good," I replied. "I can acknowledge the pain now without letting it define me." She paused. "That's maturity." "I'm learning," I said. At work, Daniel caught me between meetings. "You've got peace written all over you." "I finally decided to keep it," I said. He raised an eyebrow. "Even when the world tries to steal it?" "Especially then," I replied. "Because peace isn't given, it's claimed." He nodded slowly. "I admire that." "I've learned that strength isn't loud," I said. "It's quiet, patient, unshakable." During lunch, Emma nudged me. "Thinking about him?" "No," I said. "Thinking about me." She laughed softly. "That's a first." "I'm rebuilding my life," I said. "Not around anyone else, not because of anyone else, but around the woman I want to be." She nodded. "And who's that?" "Someone who walks without apology, speaks without fear, and loves herself without compromise," I said. Later, I returned to my apartment, journal in hand. Flipping through pages, I saw the dreams I once abandoned, the fears I once carried. "Not anymore," I whispered to myself. "Everything here is mine to reclaim." I wrote a line at the top of a fresh page. "I choose myself." Emma called. "Dinner tonight?" "Absolutely," I said. "I'm ready to celebrate being alive." I walked to the balcony, city lights stretching out like possibilities. The pain was real, I admitted softly to no one. but it doesn't control me. I let a slow breath escape. I can remember it, honor it, and still move forward. My phone buzzed with work messages, emails, mundane things, reminders of life continuing. I smiled. Life doesn't wait for closure from anyone else. At night, before bed, I set the journal aside and looked at the reflection in the window. The woman staring back was familiar, yet new, stronger, steadier, unafraid. I whispered into the quiet, I am reborn, not to love, not to prove, not to wait. I am reborn to live. And in that moment, the past fell behind me, the future stretched ahead, and I felt freedom, real and endless.